Hello, I'm back again. So, if you're yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe. And if you're returning, please do well to always engage. I came across a post by Alison Isinto. It said, when weddings, I'm paraphrasing, weddings are, a lot of persons are getting married, but most times it's like broken people are getting married. That's why a lot of marriages are disaster. So going back to what I had shared previously is when people say, oh, they don't want to be like their parents. But the funny thing is that, and the harsh truth is that a lot of persons are tending to that same way. All right. So I've met several persons in my counseling years where you know this person is broken, you know you are broken, and then you still went ahead to be in a relationship and go ahead to get married, and you hear things like, I'm going to heal in the marriage. I keep saying this. Personally, I believe out of 10 persons that go into marriage broken, it's about one or two persons that actually work together as a couple to seek get healing. Most times the others, it gets to a point they can't, and then some other times they transfer it to the children, and then childhood trauma continues progressing. So how do you know you're broken? First of all, because we've been saying, oh, if you're broken, if mentally, emotionally you're not in the right state, you check it, either maybe depression, you're having anxiety attacks, you're having childhood trauma. There are those very crazy thoughts you have about marriage. Some people, I've heard someone said she doesn't believe that marriage should be forever. If you are done well in the marriage, you just feel that, okay, I can't continue anymore, you're free to divorce. And she sees it like it's a way of respecting yourself and your partner, so both of you don't suffer. But embedded in that decision, it's our own pain speaking. Our parents are separated, and she knew what she went through with that separation. It wasn't funny at all. So she picked it up, and then she felt like, okay, this is it. And then it just feels woke, Gen Z kind of thing. Yeah, if you're done, you're done. And then I saw a trend. They said, married and divorce, and it looks like marriage is an exhaustion. Divorce, it brings out the beauty in you. And I went through conversations. The person was like, how can I get divorced while I'm single? Because it looks like you're fresher. And I saw a particular comment. The person said, is marriage that exhausting? No, it isn't. It's about you. It's about your choice of partner. Some people see very abusive partners and they are sticking with it, and they are saying, oh, it's going to get better. I once had a client that knew that this person was gaslighting her. She's lost her self-confidence. She lost a lot. And then she kept on saying, I love him so much, to the point that she was willing to get married to him. Excuse me. And I kept on looking at, how do you feel? You know you are not yourself. This is not the way you used to be. And when we started the session, I had to ask her, okay, who were you before? And she said she used to be this very confident person. If she sees injustice, she stands for it. She's very open with her thoughts. And then suddenly she can't express it anymore. And here you are saying love. I don't know if you've heard several comments where people say, most persons that divorce, it's not that they don't love themselves, they are not just compatible. Am I saying you shouldn't get married or you should wait until forever? Because sometimes healing takes a lot of time, okay? Depending on the person and what you're healing from, okay? But then I'm saying this, don't seek for rebound. Don't seek for, okay, I think being with this person is going to cover up that scar. Heal your scar before saying, yes, I do. Because it's not just you that will suffer, your partner will suffer. And when you give birth to children, the children will suffer it. They will. And it's so painful where I see some people having children and I'm like, with this kind of character, it's not worth it. These children are innocent. Same way you were innocent when your parents gave birth to you and you blame them for it. Please don't repeat the same cycle. If you have childhood trauma, please go and seek help. book a session with a therapist, go for counseling, heal before you get married. Marriage has its own hurdles for you to cross. So it doesn't make sense to start with your own load and feel that you're going to get still less. The marriage comes with its own challenges. So it's better you go whole so that in that wholeness, you can easily take things. Yes, emotional regulation is very important. All right. So am I saying there won't be triggers? There'll be triggers. But when you're fully healed, it no longer has effect on you as much. All right. So that's what I'm throwing to you. If you are broken, please don't get married. And if you're already married, while you're married, please seek help. I love one of my sisters. She told me this, not my biological sister, my sister from the other side. For you, like, oh, really? So she told me that she realized that she was repeating the cycle her mom did to them as children, and her children were getting scared of her. So she had to, of course, get help. And then she said she had to talk to her children and apologized to them. And I was like, that's a very powerful thing you did there. Apologizing to your children and say, oh, I'm sorry for the way I behaved. I'm sorry I did this. And I asked her, how did the children feel? She said they felt so happy. Accountability. Accountability. When you're getting help, apologize to your children. I know, let me speak for Africans. Most African parents don't apologize. Apology is an offense, and it's not it. Apology is not to learn how to apologize is not in a particular race or geographical location. Apology shows how shows us how accountable we are and we can be. And it's also a sense of love. I love you too much not to see you go that way. All right. I'm also sharing a personal experience. I apologize to my son. I do. I still remember there was a time I beat him unjustly. I was really angry, but I didn't know that some things had happened. And when I found out, I called him and apologized to him. It felt so happy that because initially he was avoiding me, and then when I apologized, he hugged me, and I felt really bad. I couldn't hold my tears that day, but it felt really good to be able to express my earnest apology. Okay. All right. So I just hope that this not just me talking, it's something that has spoken to you. And also, if you have friends that or loved ones that are going through something like this, please share it to them, married or married. It goes a very long way. And of course, if you'd like to have a session with us, you can feel free to send us an email or you can chat us up. Thank you very much. And yes, if you have something for us to talk about, you want to hear my thoughts on something, of course, you can also share. See you next time. Bye.